It's her 40th anniversary since the death of black conscious leader Steve Bantu Biko. He died while in police detention. Biko's opposition to apartheid put him in the spotlight, but he had humble beginnings in the Eastern Cape. He became the leader of the black conscious movement and the voice of black people when the ANC and PAC were banned. He dedicated his life to the liberation of black people. And today his hometown of Ginsberg will be commemorating its most famous son.
Any changes which are to come can only come as a result of a program worked out by black people. And for black people to be able to work out a program, they need to defeat the one main element in politics which was working against them, and this was a psychological feeling of inferiority.
A political activist, a prominent thinker, an author and founder of the Black Consciousness movement in South Africa. Bantu Stephen Biko was born on the 18th of July 1946 in Ginsberg, a township near King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape. From a very early age, Biko demonstrated an insatiable appetite for knowledge. After completing school, he registered for a degree in medicine at the black section of the medical school of the University of Natal in 1966. Driven by the passion to revolutionize the way black people thought of themselves, he drew on the experiences and the approaches of other black thinkers before him, such as Frantz Fanon and Aimé Césaire, whom he quoted extensively in his writing. Biko believed the only way to effect fundamental change in apartheid South Africa would be for the oppressed people themselves to take the initiative and to work for their own liberation. Biko's ideas about being proud of being black became known as black consciousness.
We don't believe, for instance, in the so-called guarantees for minority rights, because guaranteeing minority rights implies the recognition of portions of the community on a race basis. We believe that in our country there shall be no minority, there shall be no majority, there shall just be people.
Banning orders were soon slapped on a number of people associated with the Black Consciousness movement. Biko was then banned and restricted to King Williamstown. On the 18th of August 1977, Biko was arrested while traveling home from a political meeting in Cape Town with his friend Peter Jones. He was detained in Port Elizabeth for 26 days under the Terrorism Act. It was during this period that Biko sustained a massive brain hemorrhage. The police first claimed he had starved himself to death while on a hunger strike. It was only 20 years later that the police admitted before the TRC that they had killed Biko. The brutal circumstances of Biko's death caused a worldwide outcry, and he became a martyr and symbol of black resistance to the oppressive apartheid regime.
Now, the SABC online news platforms will provide extensive coverage of the 40th anniversary of Steve Biko's death in detention. You can read more of the life and times of Steve Biko on the SABC News website. That's www.sabc.co.za/news. You can also watch live streaming of the commemoration events and video excerpts of his achievements on the SABC News YouTube channel. Please follow SABC News online, and that's on Twitter, and hashtag Steve Biko 40 on social media for updates on anniversary events and programs throughout the day. And of course, Morning Live is dedicated to the life and times of Steve Biko, to his home village.